Good afternoon to one and all. We, the people from Care India, are thanking the organizers for accepting our abstract. As you are aware, users are various types. In our context, the frontline, that is, an Anganwadi worker, is one type of user. Their supervisor is another type of user, isn't it? CDPOs, DPOs, and state level officers are the decision makers where the user category would change and their needs will be different. Of course, policymakers at the national level is also the consumer of the technology to make policies. They are the topmost user type. But we always miss one particular type of user while we are designing or implementing technology, that is the beneficiaries, who are the most important stakeholder in the value chain, and they will be indirectly impacted while we introduce technologies. Hence, if we wanted to put all these different types of user in the center, we need to understand their business problem to provide any technological solutions. To provide any technological solutions, first of all, we need to understand their need, examine the problem, and uncover the solution requirements. If we don't discover and evaluate the user by each type and their needs, how can we even think of solving their problems through technology? After the discovery, we need to list all the user-wise requirements and prioritize based on urgent and important. Also, we can't be so rigid with the list of the initial requirements, and sometimes we have to be flexible and adaptable. Prioritization exercise will always help us to provide the right solution at the right time. If we don't address the user friendliness while building the technological solutions, then the solution evolves on our perceptions only, not the user centric, isn't it? We also need to optimize the tools and leverage open source technologies to save time in terms of building a solution. To improvise the user experience, we need to work on user interfaces and improve the ease of use features. Our user spectrum is from semi-literate to highly literate, and we can't afford to have a common approach in building solutions. The next big thing is implementation, especially effective training and onboarding the different types of users or the central aspect of a rollout. Since we are dealing spectrum of different types of users from semi-literate to highly literate, 20 to 30% of users are going to be a slow learner. This important skill one should have, that how we are going to take these slow learner along with us in the technology transition. Otherwise, one bunch of user would be left out. The ultimate effort is planning and preparing ourselves for successful implementation. Anybody can build a solution and publicize it as the ultimate user solution. But the challenge is the effective rollout of a solution. To improvise and refine the technology for a user, one needs to analyze and adjust based on field implementation experiences. Probably we'll be starting the journey from user discovery again for the requirements of each new feature. In Bihar, we were getting an opportunity to observe the phased manner scaling of technology enablement for nutrition. We looked at the data from regular household surveys and compared both technology enabled and non-technology enabled districts. From a long time, we are conducting household surveys across all 534 blocks in all 38 districts to understand our project improvements against various interventions. In round 11, we had 78,000 plus respondents and an average of 15,000 plus respondents for each age group of children. We are adapting population-based as well as lot quality assurance sampling methodologies to randomly pick an age group-wise respondent. Since the scaling up of technology enablement for nutrition was phased manner in Bihar, we were able to compare the datasets. I would like to share some of the promising results at the outcome level with respect to beneficiaries who were receiving various visits and services through Anganwadi workers in the technology enabled districts versus non-technology enabled districts. In home visits during pregnancy, mothers who reside in the technology enabled districts were 81% more likely to receive a home visit by an Anganwadi worker during her first trimester of pregnancy. This is actually after adjusted the odds ratio like religion, caste, mother's age, mother's education, etc. Even during lactating, mothers of 0 to 2 months were 102% more likely to receive home visits. And the patterns are similar in other age groups as well. Anthropometry measurements were better among technology-enabled districts. However, a decline was observed from the previous year. 6+ month aged children were more likely to get weight measurements when you compare less than 2 months old children. As you know that the advice to mother after taking weight, plotting on a growth chart is one of the important activities to bring behavior change in terms of improving feeding practices. Visibly, mothers reside in technology-enabled districts were more likely to get feedbacks after the measurement. In the technology-enabled districts, mothers of 6+8 children were 92% more likely to participate in the feeding demonstration conducted by Anganwadi workers. Similarly, mothers' participation on Complementary Feeding Day organized by Anganwadi workers was higher in technology-enabled districts. Mothers of 6 to 8 children age group were 88% more likely to participate in the event where the initiation of complementary feeding happens at Anganwadi Center. Take-home rations were not very significant either in technology-enabled districts or non-technology enabled districts. As a program, THR might have stabilized and saturated. Hence, probably there is no impact on technology inclusiveness. Anganwadi worker performance score was derived from the composite indicators of various visits and services suggests the technology-enabled district Anganwadi workers were having an edge when we compare with the non-technology enabled districts Anganwadi workers. Even the mean performance score of Anganwadi workers among technology-enabled districts in 2018 and 19 was significantly higher than those in non-technology enabled districts. Usage of technology by the users brings self-recognition, thereby engagement happens between client and provider, which in turn boosts motivation and user friendliness with the technology could achieve. Nevertheless, each of these components is important, and each will have individual sprints when we look at harnessing of the technology. If we achieve data-driven decisions and timely actions, which is nothing but the key to harnessing the power of technology for improving nutrition in India. Thank you very much.